YouTubers, welcome back to AZ2 Ozarks. Today I want to share with you a greenhouse update. And I've never gardened in Missouri in the Ozarks before, so this was all just an experiment working on theories and our previous knowledge of gardening in Arizona. And frankly, I am really quite proud of what is going on in here, so I kind of want to show you it. It's not perfect. There's still some weeds. I spend a lot of time weeding out here, and there's rocks and everything's not perfectly straight and wonderful, but you know what? It is wonderful. And we're growing food and we are harvesting from it and we're eating it. And that is just super exciting. We had frost, I don't know, like 4 days ago. We had 2 days of frost. It was 70 degrees one day, and then a cold wind came in, and the next day it snowed for 3 hours and 2 days of below freezing temperatures. It was wild, but everything in the greenhouse fared perfectly well, unfazed completely. And frankly, it may have actually extended the season a little bit for all of my cool weather crops. So let me go ahead and show you. Over here I have my tomatillos, and we have some flowers happening, which is really exciting. So I have 2 different varieties. One is green and one is yellow. And continuing down the center aisle, I have a whole bunch of tomatoes. I think I have 5 or 6 varieties down the middle, as well as a tamarillo, which I've never grown before, but it's supposed to be a sweet little kind of tropical fruit. And then over here, I've been growing radishes. And so what I've been doing, it's pretty windy and the plastic's blowing around, that's all that noise. The radishes, every time I harvest one, so I'll pull one up and I put a new seed in its place. So you can see that I have all different stages of growth here. Plus I have a couple that are bolting and are going to flower. And I will be harvesting and saving these seeds so I can plant more of them. I have some lettuces here, and I just keep harvesting the outer leaves, and so the plant keeps growing and we just eat those. I have a bunch of carrots, and I have a couple varieties of cabbage. This is one, Coeur de Boue. These haven't taken off that well. These are my albino beets, and you probably notice the difference in the soil here. This is somehow became a really rocky area and didn't have as much of the compost. So I think that might be the problem here, is we just don't have as fertile of a soil. But I did plant a bunch more, trying to get more to come up. We'll see what happens. And then of course cilantro, because you have to have a salsa garden, right? And then these are all my Chinese cabbage. I hope to be making some kimchi in the near future. My golden beets are doing well. Again, I'm harvesting all of the outer leaves, and we eat the beet greens as cooked greens. All kinds of celery. Keeping going. This is another variety of lettuce. And here I actually just harvested these all for salad. We have some onions. And then here is a variety of oregano. It's called, I think zatar is how you say it. So I've never grown this variety before, but it sounded really interesting. And here's my Chioggia beets, which are red and white striped. And I have a calaboose cabbage, which is a purple cabbage. And these are really exciting. These are wasabi radish, and you can see them down here. So they're kind of spicy like wasabi, and that's what I was looking for. They're really fun. And same thing, I keep planting more where I pull them up. These are a lot slower than the other radishes, which are more like a 20-day radish. And then some more lettuce. Here I planted shallots, and they haven't come up real well. And then I think I went back and planted some peppers, and I don't see those have come up yet, but a little bit of an experiment going on there. These are all of my purple kohlrabi, and they're not really bulbing out just yet. Here is my pak choi, and these ones are definitely bolting, and again, I'll be saving seeds so they flower. And then these little spots here turn into seed pods, and they have like 7 or 8 seeds in each pod. So I'll be able to grow more of those in the future, and you see more as we've harvested tons of these, and then I keep cutting them and putting more in. This is a kale area. It's a Russian red kale, and it's actually been good. We've never really cared for kale before, but it was a free seed variety from Baker Creek. With my order, they sent it out free, so I thought I'd try it, and we've actually been enjoying it, so that's good news. I figured I could feed it to the goats if I had to. Of course, weeds are out in the end there, and at the end here of the center row, I have my potatoes, and I keep mounding up for them. I have a bunch of green peas growing here, and the purple lady bok choy. I really like this variety a lot, and same thing, I keep planting more. We've been enjoying a lot of those. Kohlrabi is one of my favorites, and so this is a green variety. I've got a couple about ready to harvest there. I probably won't plant more of those just because they're a cooler season crop, and so I'll probably put something else in their space. Back behind me, I have fennel. So in my first batch of fennel, I didn't get very many that came up. You can see the couple of bigger ones there. And then I went back and planted a bunch more, and you can see all those little sprouts coming up. Down this way, I have 3 varieties of cauliflower and 3 varieties of broccoli. So I've got a bunch of those guys over here. I like my brassicas. And a couple more carrots. And that, oh, can't forget down here past the brassicas. Oh, the goats. The goats definitely got in here, and they've been kind of frustrating me, but we are working on getting fencing around this and the big outdoor garden, so we don't have to keep worrying about that. Here I have a purple variety of basil, and it's quite pungent. I really like it. I've only grown green before. I planted some more purple bok choy here because I planted bok choy, a dwarf bok choy, and I didn't have good germination. And then my spinach. I have 3 different varieties of spinach planted in this area, and I keep harvesting off the outer leaves of that. So that is my little greenhouse update. It is pretty exciting to me to be able to see that what we're doing is working and growing, and we just can't wait to plant that outside garden. And so as we get that fence installed, we will be doing that next. And there I'll have all of my summer squashes and melons, beans, as well as corn. So lots of fun stuff coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed this update. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to keep following our adventure.